Hey everyone, so for today's video it is going to be another diagnosis story, except this time it is going to be for SMA because this is my newest diagnosis. So before we get into this video, don't forget to stop what you're doing and subscribe to join the family, and don't forget to turn on that bell so that you know whenever I upload. So let's just get right on into this video. So a lot of you have really been responding to my POTS diagnosis video, so I wanted to make this a video in case any of you out there also struggle from SMA. Now just to be clear, the SMA that I'm talking about is superior mesenteric artery syndrome. So I'm going to be telling you all today kind of how I got diagnosed with this, the story behind it, what I've been experiencing, like my symptoms and everything, the cause, etc. I'm going to dive into everything today about SMA because this is my new diagnosis, as well as we're going to talk about surgery a little bit. So I hope you enjoy this video. But yeah, okay. Well, let me start off with kind of explaining what SMA is, because I figured that that's a good way to kind of just start it off. So I'm going to read a summary on this website. It is a rare syndrome. It is apparently a very rare thing, so that's fun. SMA is a digestive condition that occurs when the duodenum, the first part of the small intestine, is compressed between two arteries, the aorta and the superior mesenteric artery. This compression causes partial or complete blockage of the duodenum. Symptoms vary based on severity, but can be very debilitating. So that is what SMA is. So that's what's happening. How my doctor explained it, she said that you have these two arteries, and then this is the duodenum and the fat pad, and basically the fat pad is broken down, and so this angle gets closed and it's either partially or completely shut, which that's when I get the spasms, that's when I get the chest pain. So it all goes back to last September, September 2019. That is when I had emergency gallbladder surgery because I couldn't keep anything down and my gallbladder was functioning at 2%. So after my gallbladder, I lost approximately a little over 20 pounds just because after my gallbladder surgery, it took me a long time to get an appetite back, and I also was still having what I call spasms. So let me break down what a spasm is for y'all. I might have a video of me having a spasm. I know I've recorded one, but they're really painful, so I don't typically record them because I'm typically in tears and I don't like recording them, and I never think to because I'm just in so much pain. If I do, I'll insert it now. But I'm trying to not have spasms right now because I don't want to end up in the hospital. I guess now I'll explain to you all what a spasm feels like. So it basically feels like, one, the worst pain in the world. Two, it feels like, I have to lower my camera to show you all, but it's right in here in the chest area. But basically I get a really, really bad pain in there, and it irradiates to my entire chest and my upper back, and it's just this pressure pain that's constant, and it takes away your breath. It feels like you can't breathe. It is just this crippling, like, knock me over pain. And like I said, it put me in the hospital last time I had a really bad one. So when that duodenum is shut, that's when I get the spasms. So basically, after I lost all that weight from my gallbladder, I guess that's when my fat pad broke down. And so now the doctor said that mine is at 17 degrees and it should be, I think, in the 20s, so like 22 to 20, and mine is 16, 17. So yeah, that's what's wrong. That's what's causing all of this. So my fat pad isn't fat anymore. That's what happened. So something else that I talked to my doctor about is that I could have been born with this because other side effects include pneumonia and other health issues. And I had pneumonia several times when I was a baby, so there is a very good likelihood that I was born with this and it just went unnoticed and was activated by my weight loss from my gallbladder surgery. So that it could also be a thing. I talked to my primary care doctor and he said that I could have very well been born with this, so that is also kind of crazy. I'll continue reading this. Symptoms may include abdominal pain, fullness, nausea, vomiting, and or weight loss. So for me, I've experienced all of these things. I get a lot of abdominal cramping and just kind of discomfort discomfort, but I also get that from my POTS, so it's just kind of hard to differentiate. I also get fullness very easy. It doesn't take a lot of food to fill me up, and I also am not that hungry that often. Fullness, nausea, vomiting. Since I have cyclic vomiting, when I vomit from having a spasm, then it turns into cyclic vomiting, which is why I end up in the ER. And then and/or weight loss, that was a side effect as well. So this says SMA is typically due to loss of the mesenteric fat pad, which is fatty tissue that surrounds the superior mesenteric artery. The most common cause is significant weight loss caused by medical disorders, psychological disorders, or surgery. Depending on the cause and severity, treatment options may include addressing the underlying cause, dietary changing, and/or surgery. Symptoms may not resolve completely after treatment, which also sucks. It means that even if I do get surgery, which is a very dangerous surgery, it might not work. Oh man. I am sleeping up right now because that keeps my thing open, because that's the goal, is to keep it open so that it doesn't close and give me spasms, because spasms can go really a lot farther than like a normal person because of my chronic illnesses and because I am so susceptible with cyclic vomiting, and my body does not react well to the pain of this because it's so intense and it's so painful. So that's why it's bad for me to have spasms, like extra bad, especially with corona. I'm trying to stay out of the hospital at all costs because I'm quarantined obviously, and I'm immunocompromised, so I can't go outside, and I'm not really avoiding hospitals because obviously all the sick people are going to hospitals who have coronavirus. It's this battle that's really hard to win. I do have a little audio clip from my doctor kind of explaining it. I'll put that in here if I want to, or if I feel like it, or I don't know, she says something helpful. But
there's fat here, and so the aorta angle closes, and then eventually it pinches the duodenum shut. And so all the liquid that's being made from the pancreas and the gallbladder and the stomach goes down to here, and then it gets obstructed, and she ends up vomiting bile. And the reason I think it's happening at night is because you might be turning, going onto your back or something, and so when you're on your side or if you're on your stomach, it flops forward so things stay open. But if you go to your back or maybe even your side, it just pinches it shut. And then you won't vomit right away, but the fluid builds. The pressure starts, and then
that's what
it makes perfect sense as to why this is happening to you. I don't know. I don't remember like leading up to this why all the weight loss, but probably because of the gallbladder.
Probably the gallbladder,
Yeah. So we have to fatten you up. And so the treatment for SMA is a big vascular surgery. I don't want to go down that route.
Yeah.
This is like not solid medicine, but I'm like, we have to just fatten you up and see if we can get more fat in the mesentery to open up the angle again, like it used to be. And
so is that what spasms she's feeling, do you think?
Or maybe.
Or could still be more than one thing?
Could still be more than one thing.
Okay.
But we got this.
Interesting.
So this surgery is not ideal. It's not a quick fix. It's not.
It is a fix, but it's not great.
Is it a successful
It can be.
fix? Like majority, it's a positive outcome?
Yes,
Okay.
it is. But it is a big surgery. It is your great vessel, one of the biggest vessels in the body to give blood to your internal organs. If I were you, I wouldn't want it unless we had no other choice.
Yeah.
Right.
With my treatment plan, we're trying to re-fatten my fat pad, as well as like sleeping upright, and I have new medications too to try to manage the spasms, which have been working so far, which is great. They put me on amitriptyline for cyclic vomiting, and they also put me on a new one for spasms, and I also have a new nausea medicine as well, because I'm, like I said, trying to do everything I can to stay out of the hospital. We thought that I had sphincter of Oddi dysfunction because it runs heavily in my family. My mom's sister has it, and 2 of my other aunts have sphincter of Oddi dysfunction, and I was getting these spasms, and it's the same types of spasms that my aunt gets, and that is why we were kind of thinking, but that is also not something that can be treated until after you get pancreatitis 5 times. But this explains why my lipase levels weren't elevating through the roof when I was getting hospitalized, and this pain was waking me up out of my sleep because I was laying flat, so my duodenum was closing, and that's why I was waking up in pain, and that's why this pain has been waking me up out of my sleep for months, and it's been a pain in my hootie. But at least now I have a diagnosis, and sleeping upright has been helping me have less spasms, which has been great. So for me, how they found it is my GI doctor. So she did a full workup. We did the endoscopy, we did the HIDA scan, we did all of that for my gallbladder surgery, but for this time we only did a CAT scan with contrast, and that is where she found that it is not going through that artery properly, that spot down here, and that's why I'm getting that pain and having those spasms, because that's closing. And so it just kind of put everything together. So it is very nice to have a diagnosis, but it does suck. This thing is wrapped around your aorta and the biggest artery in your body. It's a very dangerous surgery because if there's a huge risk of bleeding, because they're working right around the two largest like arteries, or at least one of the largest arteries in your body. I don't know if the aorta is or not. I'm not medical. I don't know things like that. I mean, I know a good amount because of all my health issues, but like I don't know the sizes of arteries. But anyway, you know what I mean. The surgery is very dangerous because of the risk of blood loss and everything. So I am gonna try to hold off. However, my GI doctor did say that she had 3 other girls who had this my age, and they all got the surgery just because of quality of life, which I can totally understand, because this is like, you literally get the worst pain ever, and there's nothing you can really do about it other than take medicine for it, you know. But yeah, so that's how I got diagnosed the last time I was in the hospital, is from a CAT scan with contrast. All right, y'all, well, that's it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I know it was kind of shorter than my other one just because there wasn't as much to this diagnosis. I don't know, it kind of is what it is, and I just have to decide if I want to get surgery or not, and just kind of try to manage my symptoms until then. So yeah, I mean, I will keep you posted. If anyone out there also has this, please comment below and give me any advice that you have, as well as I will share any advice that I have with you all if you struggle with this as well. I always say that I want my channel to be a safe place and a community where we can all help each other and support one another, and just bring good vibes and love and support to one another. So if you also struggle with SMA syndrome, hit me up, let me know, so that we can continue growing our community of chronic illness. Because I mean, we already got the Potsies here. Like, if you have POTS, you're all obviously always welcome here, as well as anyone. You're always welcome here. That is it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Comment below any video requests, and don't forget to stop what you're doing and subscribe to join the family. I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye. Mwah.